Commercial goat farming is a very important topic of today. Slowly, the number of farms of goat farm are increasing in our country. What are the reason of that increasing number of farms? Why we need? How can we do a commercial goat farming? Today we will talk mostly about these few points. That first of all we will have introduction. What is the commercial goat farming and what is the present status of the goat farming and how one can start? What are the prerequisite? What are the reason when one commercial goat farm fails? What are the reason of that and how to make a successful commercial farm? These all will points will be focused in today's seminar. Goat is a multi-purpose animal. Multi-purpose animal in the sense that it can provide us meat, milk, skin, as well as manure. Milk is as well as important in case of goat. That is why this species, I think, was domesticated earliest by the man. When man was in the beginning of the Neolithic period, he domesticated goat due to its importance, due to its multi-purpose nature. We are presently having around 14.8 crore goat. The goat population is increasing at the rate of 4 to 5% annually. Even after the slaughter rate is 42%, there are around 34 known goat breeds as per the NBGR. The goat does have a significant role in the livelihood of the 40% of the rural poor population of our country. It provides them the livelihood support, employment support, nutritional support. That is why it is a poor man's cow. Goat sector gives 8.4% of the livestock GDP, which mainly comes from the meat, milk, skin, and manure. And it also generates the rural employment. It is generating more than 4% of the rural employment for the marginal people of our country. And goat enterprise can earn handsome return, even up to 1 is to 1.6. That means investing a 1 rupees may return up to 1.6 rupees. Number of household holding the goats in our country comes only after cattle and buffalo. This is the first small ruminant species which are most preferred by the households of the country. Which are the major 5 states which owns most of the goat population? So these are Rajasthan, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. Some states like Rajasthan, the goat population declined as compared to the previous census in 2012. However, in major states, majority of states, either goat population increased or it remained stable. One very interesting trend comes out here that the male population is decreasing. However, the female population is increasing. Male population decreased as compared to previous census by around 15%. This shows that in the goat farming, male are more preferred for the meat purpose. That is why the population of male is declining. However, a good number of breeding male are required also to run a goat enterprise. This is the distribution of the goat population around the 4 major part of our country. So mostly the dominated part with the goat is around the northwestern region and eastern region. Then southern peninsular region and north temperate region. So most of the goats are concentrated in these two parts, 39 and 33%. What are the special features in goat farming which are not in the other livestock farming? First of all, the goats are having a very unique ability to survive in the low input, scarce input situation. They are having very good adaptation capability. They are having very good digestibility of fiber. They can digest a crude fiber more than any other livestock species. The second is it is having a widest ecological range. Goat can be reared in any part of our country, whether it is a Leh or Ladakh, where there is too much cold, whether it is a Rajasthan, where there is hot desert condition, or hot or humid condition like in the southern region of our country, or northeast region where there is heavy rainfall. You can find a goat population in each and every part of our country. So that is why it is having a widest ecological range, and anywhere, in any part of country, the goat farming can be started. Third, there is no religious taboo for the goat farming. In any religion, there is no taboo related to the slaughter of the goat. In every religion, the non-veg population release the goat meat. In the goat enterprise or in the goat farming, one can get equal value for male as well as female. There is no discrimination as such. The fifth point is the goat is the one livestock which is having the small generation interval than any other type of livestock or farm animal. It gets the mature at the age of 9 to 10 or 12 months, and the gestation period is only 5 months. And when it gives birth, there is more chance of the twins, triplets, unlike the other livestock species like in sheep, cattle. In some breeds, there is the twinning percentage as high as 70 to 80%. And as we discussed, it is also giving the livelihood support, employment support, nutritional support to the poor man. That is why it is also a poor man's cow. So we can say that there is a tremendous potential in goat farming to project it as a future animal. Other special features are there. Like for starting a goat farming, you don't need to have a high capital investment. The initial investment in the goat farming is less as compared to dairy farming or other farming. The requirement for land is also less. The goat is small in size, which is very easy to handle, and also it does require a small quantity of feed and concentrate. Very normal facility for shelter management. It does not require elaborated facilities for the shelter or housing to the goat. You can start your goat farm with your locally available material. Slowly, you can change your farm with high sophisticated material. But you can start. So it does not require a normal. It does require a normal facility for shelter management. It has a unique ability to digest a poor quality feed stuff and convert it into the high quality valuable product like meat and milk. We have seen that it has the ability to accommodate in all kind of climatic conditions. I have already explained this. And goat marketing is very easy. You can sell your product at your doorstep. Farmer get the price of goat at its doorstep or farm gate. You can get the buyer at your farm in case of goat, because the demand is very high and it has been referred as a farmer's ATM, because farmer can get anytime money by selling the goat for meeting its urgent requirement. So these are some special features which indicate that one can go for the goat farming. As I told that goat is a multi-purpose item. It gives us meat, milk, a byproduct like skin and manure. Goat is referred as a meat animal of India. Why? Because this is the only livestock species which is preferred by most of the people or most of the non-vegetarian of our country, only after the poultry. So it is a choicest and have a huge domestic demand. Recently, data suggests that meat production from our country was around 1.17 million ton. That is 13.72% of total meat production of about 8.6 million ton of our country. 13% is coming from the goat. 2019-20 data suggests that there were total 10.36 crore goats were slaughtered. Instead of that, the goat population increased. It shows that there is interest in the people to rear the goat, and goat farming is profitable and sustainable. Coming to the goat milk. Goat milk, India is the highest goat milk producer country of the world. However, the national average yield of our goat has been, in the data suggests that it is around 440 ml per day. However, some breeds are there. There is potential in also for the goat milk production, which can yield up to 3 liter per day. And goat milk is unique in its property in several terms, like it is easily digestible. The people who cannot drink the cow milk can also drink the goat milk, because it is lactose intolerance. People also can, because of the low lactose content in the goat milk. Also, the cholesterol is also low. Bad cholesterol is low as compared to cow or buffalo milk. Apart from these, There are several other health benefits in the goat milk. It is anti-inflammatory, it is antimicrobial. It is being claimed that it increases the platelet count. Therefore, goat milk is being used in the treatment of the dengue fever. Likewise, in peptic ulcer also it has been used. So there are several uses of goat milk in the Ayurvedic medicine also. I mean to say that the goat milk is having a huge potential and it is untapped still in our country. Coming to the goat skin. Goat skin production is around 19 million pieces were produced as per the last data. And the Indian goat skin is very good quality. It is used for the shoe lining, gloves, bags, garments, and other soft leather products. And several states like Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh, they are having a maximum number of tanneries for the goat skin. Apart from this, the goat manure. It is very good manure as compared to other manures of livestock for the growth of the crops or for the health of the soil in the field. This is about the goat products. So what these graphs suggest that the goat milk production in our country is around 3% of the total milk produced. However, this 3% is also consumed at the household level. This does not, majority of this does not go to the market, or if it goes with the mixed with the cow or buffalo milk. So there is no separate marketing for the still in the country for the goat milk. The meat production, as I told that after poultry and buffalo meat, the goat meat is having a third largest contribution in total meat production of our country. This is the list of the top 10 meat producing countries of the world, and India is producing around 15% of the total meat of the world. So goat is having good chances to be as the meat animal of our country. Now coming to the point, why the commercialization, intensification, stall feeding system? Because as we know that we are the second most populous country in the world, there is huge pressure on the land. Because of this, the grazing land and common property resources are also shrinking. This is creating the pressure on the traditional system because grazing land will shrink. So where the goat will be grazed? That is why the commercial or intensification or stall feeding is needed. Presently, below 1% of goat population of the country is under commercial system. So it is still in infant stage. In traditional system, productivity is goat is not realized fully. That is why in the commercial system, we follow the improved management practices for the housing, for the feeding, for the health management, for the reproduction. That is why the productivity increases. When the productivity will increase, it will bridge the demand and supply gap, which is huge at present. As it is mentioned that country would need to double the number of goats to meet the projected requirement of the goat meat. Further, the commercialization will create an opportunity of the self-employment to the unemployed, educated human resource of our country. During last 2 years, so many people became unemployed. Goat farming presents a very good opportunity for such youths to become self-employed. Risk associated in the commercial goat farming is very less as compared to the traditional system because in traditional system goats are dependent on the natural system. Therefore, there is more risk of diseases, more risk of fraud in the traditional system. So due to all these reasons, the commercialization, commercial farming is the future of the goat farming in our country. So let us discuss what is the future in the goat farming. We have discussed already the why the commercialization is needed, but what is the scope, whether there is scope in future or not? Yes, in our country, majority of population, data suggests that 70% population is non-vegetarian in our country. Goat is contributing 13.7% at present. So that will further increase and demand is very good for the goat meat. We cannot supply the goat meat as per the demand. So there is a scope. Ever increasing market price. The price in 2 years it went to 200 to 300 rupees higher than the previous year. So prices are ever increasing and the demand for the product is at the domestic level. There is huge domestic demand. 95% of the goat meat produced in our country is consumed locally. So therefore, there is a huge domestic demand. You don't have to go anywhere. You can sell your product at your local level. Also, there is huge scope for export. We are not exporting too much now. So in future, there is scope for the export also. Presently, as I told that there is per capita availability is very less. Demand of the goat meat will be around 2.13 million ton, and presently we are producing 1 million ton. So it will be double, demand will be double. And the goat meat, there is health benefit of goat products also, as we discussed in the product section, that it is low in cholesterol, high in minerals, and it is very delicious in nature. Therefore, it is high in demand. These are the scopes for the probable commercial farming in our country. We have seen the present status. We have seen that goat farming can be done. There is a scope. If I want to start a commercial farm, what are the checklists? So here are the some tips for those entrepreneurs, those startup who want to start their commercial farm, or the expert who want to suggest the farmers. First of all, you have to decide for the budget, that what budget you are going to incur in your goat farm, and plan accordingly to your budget. Prepare a detailed business plan before starting, with discussion with the expert in any university, KVKs, or the veterinary department, or any other expert. You have to discuss your detailed business plan, that when your breeding stock will arrive, when breeding will be done, when marketing will be done. All plans will be chalked out. Clear with your aims and objective, whether you are going to produce meat, you are going to produce milk, or you are going to have a breeding stock. Do not mix up with these objectives, because you will be end up in the confusion. So always clear with your aims and objectives. Fourth is, start with few and slowly increase the numbers. You have to start in some batches. You have to start your goat farm in batches. Suppose you want to start in 100 flocks. You have to first bring 50 number, and in next cycle you have to bring the next 50. Decide the suitable breed for your region. As I told that there are so many breeds, so many nondescript breeds also, local breeds also. So you have to decide the breed as per your aim, as per your objective, as per your locality, agroclimatic condition. Because for starting, you have to need a good breed suitable to your region. Otherwise, you will end up in the loss. Buy animal only from the certified or known places, like any government organization or any reputed goat farm. It is inadvisable to bring a breed from afar. Don't bring the animal from good distance of around 200 kilometer, 500 kilometer. Do not bring the animal from such a distance. Always try to purchase the animal from the nearby area, but from the good and certified breeder or certified farm. Always ensure the vaccination, whether your goats are vaccinated or not. Otherwise, due to the initial mortality, there will be huge loss for your investment and goats. Your goat farm will start with a loss. Research the market for demand and price scenario, and plan the house according to your region, whether it is rainy region or whether it is a cold region or hot region. Different kind of housings are there for different kind of region. So you have to plan. So these are some quick tips before starting your commercial farm. You have to follow all these principles. Otherwise, there will be a good loss. So, okay, we have decided the commercial goat farm. We have decided to, but which breed I have to choose. So here I want to suggest some breeds which are native to our country and which are being commercially reared in different farms of our country at present. Some non-descript breeds are also being reared in commercial farms, and they are earning profit. All depend on your management and your skills. First breed is Jamnapari. You might have heard this name of Jamnapari, and this is the tallest goat breed of our country. It is the biggest breed. It is the male weighs around 60 to 80 kg and female is around 40 to 60 kg. Also, this is the milch goat breed of India. Jamnapari gives 3 liter per day, maybe 4 liter, 5 liter also. So it is a native of Etawah district of UP. The purebred animal you can find in that Etawah. So farmers in and around this region can choose these Jamnapari animals for the milk purpose or for the sale of the live goat, where the purpose is body weight or selling the live goat. Second is Surti. It is a breed of Gujarat, Surat district. It is also gives good milk, 2.5 liter per day on an average. But it is a small size, medium size animal. That is adult weigh around 25 to 30 kg, and female is also almost equal weight around 22 to 25 kg. Osmanabadi. This breed is from Maharashtra, mainly Osmanabad, Solapur, Ahmednagar district, and the milk yield is around 1.5 to 2 liter per day. Body weight is around 30 to 40 kg, and female is around 25 to 30 kg. Barbary, best suitable breed for the stall feeding. The native of this breed is around Agra, Aligarh, Etawah of Uttar Pradesh, also Bharatpur in the Rajasthan. The milk yield on an average is around 1 liter per day. Adult body weight is around 30 to 40 kg, 35 to 45 kg, and female weigh around 25 to 35 kg. For the Jhakrana, this breed is native of Alwar, Rajasthan. It also gives good milk. It yield around 2.5 liter per day. Adult weight male is around 58 kg and female is around 44 kg. But the problem with the large breeds like Jamnapari, Jhakrana, Sirohi, they give one feeding per year. Or a small size breed like Barbary, Black Bengal, they can give 1.5 to 2 feeding per year. So it depends on your region and your aim and objective of the farm, which breed you want to prefer. I am suggesting the breeds which are most commonly used by the commercial farms. Sirohi, it is the native of Ajmer, Udaipur, Sirohi, Bhilwara of Rajasthan. Its milk yield is below half to 1 liter per day, but it is a good size animal. Male is around 40, more than 40 kg, and female is around 35 kg. This beetle goat is native of Firozpur, Amritsar, Gurdaspur of Punjab, and it is also equal size than the Jamnapari. The average weight of male is around 57 kg and female is 44 kg. Black Bengal. It is a native of West Bengal, although some animals are found in Bihar and Jharkhand also, and it is highly prolific breed. The litter size is around 1.8, and it is having a good quality skin. So it is prolific and good quality skin. Although it is a small size breed, male is around 32 kg and female is around 20 kg. So these are few breeds. Apart from this, several breeds are also there in the several regions which are being reared in commercial farm. This chart has been published by Kumar as 2007. He has surveyed around 9 states for the commercial farming practices, and it shows the distribution of goat breeds on the commercial farm in different states. You can see that commercial farms are preferring the breed which are local to their region, near to their region. Like in Rajasthan, most of the animals are Siroj. However, in Madhya Pradesh, they are mostly non-descript animals. In Maharashtra, we see that Osmanabadi numbers are mostly found in the commercial farm. And in the Bihar, Black Bengal, non-descript, and Barbary breed are also found. In Uttar Pradesh, Barbary and non-descript are found. So different breeds are found in different states, depending on the states, depending on the locality, and depending on the aims and objective of the farm. Now discuss about the housing requirement. These are the standard requirement for the goat for making their shed. If you want to make the shed for the 100 adult female of goats, you have to multiply these figure with the 100. So 1 into 100 means 100 square meter will be required for the 100 adult female. However, you have to consider this figure also, where it is saying that maximum number of animal in one set. Why? Because if you will keep more number of animal in one set, there will be welfare problem, behavior problem. There will be more fights, more injury. So you have to keep in mind this number also. Very important and well-known points. that your shed should be in east west or northeast, southeast direction. So in the direction of the sun movement, two sides solid wall of 1 meter from the ground. Also, it depends on the region. If your region is temperate, you have to make the complete wall for the house because there will be cold, and goats are very much susceptible to the cold. But if you are in the hot region, arid region, hot humid region, you can make the solid wall up to 1 meter from the ground and left other area open and fenced. Roofing material can be used as thatch, asbestos sheet. As far as possible, do not use the steel sheet because they become hot. Height of the roof, you have to consider the height of the roof as per your region. At least you have to give 9-10 feet height. You can maximum give 15 feet height at the center. Clay floor is more suitable in hot dry region. However, in the humid region or more rainfall region, it is not suitable. It will be always be damp. So you have to consider a concrete floor or other type of floor in this raised type of floor in this region. So all the housing requirement will vary as per the region. These are the some pictures you can see here. That is the loose house. These are the, I'm talking about the raised platform house where around 3 to 4 feet height the platform of the goat farm is raised so that it will become dry all the time. This is the picture of the commercial farm, and these are the partitions which can be given in the inside the house for housing the different kind of category of animals. Here I tried to make a layout for a 100+5 goat farm. You can plan as per your wish, but you have to consider the space requirement also. But you can plan the layout as per your wish. Here I have given the open space in both the side of the set, center passage of 2 meter in between, and both the side covered area. So this is the 3 meter and 3 meter. So here I have made the partitions for the buck, doe, kidding doe, weaned kids, lactating doe, pregnant does. So likewise, you can also construct your shed, and you can also follow this for constructing your shed. By following this layout, the front elevation will look like this only. So it will be the center passage, and both sides will be the covered area, different partitions inside the house, and this will be the open area attached with the house. Quickly, I will also brief about the feeding requirement of the goat, because feeding contributes up to 60 to 65% of the recurring expenses of the goat farm. Every year, what cost will be coming for every 100 rupees, 60 to 65 rupees will be for the feeding of the goat, and also it is very important for the proper growth and productivity of the animal. So generally, the diameter requirement of goat is higher than any other livestock. For cattle, it is around 2 to 2.5%. And for sheep also it is around 3%. But for goat, diameter requirement is 3 to 4% of the body weight. Further, the lactating animal, the diameter requirement becomes up to 6% of the body weight. So you have to consider this also. You have to supplement extra ration for the lactating goat. There, for 30 kg goat, you will need 1000 gram of diameter, 39 gram of DCP, digestible crude protein, and 400 gram of the TDN for maintenance. If we see as a thumb rule, we can divide this diameter for different concentrate, dry forage, and green fodder. So if we divide, we need 400 gram of concentrate mixture of 15 to 16% crude protein. Apart from this, the dry roughages like legume straw or cereal straw of around 500 gram to 1 kg, and also the green fodder. If you will increase the amount of green fodder, your cost will be decreasing. So as far as possible, we can try to give the green fodder to minimize on the cost of the feeding. And further, one more peculiar characteristic of goat is goat relish on the tree leaves, which other livestock do not eat, like neem. Any other livestock will not eat, but goat will prefer these type of tree leaves: babool, neem, peepal, mango, banyan, subabul, moringa, and any Various type of tree leaves are released by the goat. However, you do not have to feed solely on the tree leaves. Because of the high tannin content, they become toxic and they decrease the digestibility of other nutrients also. So you have to consider the level of inclusion of the tree leaves in the ration of the goat. Should not exceed above the 20 or 30% level. Apart from these feed, you have to provide the fresh water of 4 to 6 liter per day for every goat. So this is in brief about the feeding requirement of the goat. This is the example of the concentrate mix for the growing animal of 3 to 12-month goats. So you can constitute around 10 kg mix by these composition. Either you will have a groundnut cake or cotton seed cake. Here I used crushed maize, crushed barley, and these are the proposed amount in the kg for the 10 kg mix. So around 3 kg GNC, 3.5 kg crushed maize, 3.2 kg wheat bran, and mineral mixture and salt. These are very important. Mineral mixture inclusion is very important for the proper health of the growing animal. You can follow this, or you can make your own mixture based on the availability of the feed. Here I want to discuss the what is the amount of initial investment that would be required to start a goat farm of the 100 animal, 100 plus 5 animal. So I have calculated this and it comes around 13 lakh rupees is the initial investment you will require apart from the cost of the land. The land cost is not considered in here, and I have considered 6,000 rupees per doe and 7,500 per buck, based on the local prices here in and around the Jhansi, but this may be variable depending upon the your area. So you can increase or decrease, and depending on that the cost will be changed. At the rate of 200 rupees per square feet, I have calculated the said cost and all this. So it comes around 13-14 lakhs. Initial investment would be required for starting a commercial goat farm of the 100 plus 5 goats. So these are the some assumptions that 105 breed, Barbary, Sirohi, or any other breed you can take. Age and maturity was considered 8.8 to 9 months. Consumption rate 90%. Feeding interval 8 months. Feeding percent was considered 140 in first year and 150 in second year. And these all are the assumptions. The sale price was considered 7,000 for 8 months and 6,000 for female and 5,500 for the culled animal. So you can change and calculate the investment requirement. Based on these assumptions, I have calculated that internal rate of return is around 43%, which is very good, and BC ratio at 20% is around 1.4%. Means for every 1 rupees, you will get 1.4 rupees in this commercial farm as per this analysis. Based on this analysis, we can say that the project is technically feasible and economically viable. So discussing all these, after that question comes that what are the reason for failure? If the goat farming such a enumerative and such a profitable, why some goat farm fails? Why there is failure in the goat farming? So there may be several individual reasons for the failure of the commercial goat farm at the individual level or at the farmer level, or at some level there is some mistake. Due to that, the particular farm fails. It does not mean that the commercial goat farming is not viable. So as I told that several principles are there. If you do not follow that principle, you will be failed. Buying animals from unknown source. What farmers do, they see the videos in the YouTube and they get motivated and they buy the animals from any market or unknown source, whereas there is no means record for the vaccination on any disease or anything. And when they bring their animal to the farm, and next 1 week or 15 days, their animal starts dying, and in the initial year only it will suffer a huge loss, and that will close the goat farming. So do not buy from unknown source. Do not invest without proper knowledge. Take proper training, take expert advice always before going to any kind of the livestock enterprise. They do not follow the improper health protocol. That's why they fail. They do not follow the market strategy. There is high mortality due to PPR. There are several diseases, PPR, diarrhea, pneumonia, tetanus, which can cause high mortality in the beginning of the project. That is why vaccination and known source is important. They do not give lack of personal attention, poor access to veterinary doctor or health infrastructure, the high cost of the feed, and low price for their animal because market they do not link with the proper market, and poor access to good quality breeding animal. These may be the probable reason, or any other reason may also be there for failing, but there is no as such reason in the commercial goat farming if you follow the proper protocol, proper guidelines, and always go with the expert advice. So there is no reason to fail in the commercial goat farming. To become the successful commercial farmer in the goat farming, you have to follow the proper protocol for health, housing, and feeding, producing and marketing of pure breed goat. If it is better if you follow a production of the one breed, single breed and pure breeding animal, because the price you will get for the breeding animal are much higher than the meat animal. And always try to capitalize the festive sale during the Eid, the Sarah, or any other kind of festival. Always plan your farm's breeding so that you can get the crop during these festive seasons, or keep some animals for selling during this festive season so you earn extra profit. Create the marketing linkage with the, if you have a good number of animal, large number of, directly contact with this or do not involve the middleman. So you will get more profit and your farm will be more viable. Minimize the input cost either by the giving the complete ration or inclusion of green, more and more green product. You can use the improved technologies. There are artificial insemination, synchronization for synchronizing for the breeding purpose. So these are some tips for the successful commercial farm. So now let us have some interesting facts about the goat. Goat was the first ruminant which was domesticated by humans. They are excellent climber. They can climb high trees also. They are having very good balance. They are very intelligent animal. They can learn the things. They can learn how to open the latches on the farm gate. The pupil of goat is rectangular in shape. This will give his the vision 320 to 340 degree so that they can watch their predator. They cannot watch only behind them. Otherwise, they have a very wide vision. They can live up to 15 years of age, but they do not like rain or water. So goat do not like rain or water. Always he tries to sit on the dry places or high places. And one very interesting fact that coffee, what we drink today, was discovered by the goats. It is some story that in Ethiopia, some herder was there. His goat was eating some berry, and after eating that particular berry, his goat were dancing. So he also tried that berry, and he felt energetic, and from there coffee came. And last, goat are very picky eater. Unlike any other species, they pick their choice of food and they do not like to eat the dirty food. Goat farming having a very several advantages over other livestock species. There is huge gap in demand and supply of goat still in our country, so there is good scope. India is bestowed with the several goat breeds. You can choose from that. Commercial goat farming can sustain as a good business, and careful planning and execution is required to become a successful commercial goat farmer. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.